Germany's history is one of profound transformation, filled with power struggles, cultural evolution, and remarkable resilience. From its early days as a collection of tribal societies to becoming a unified powerhouse in Europe, Germany's story has been shaped by battles, political upheaval, intellectual movements, and economic growth. In this video, we will take a journey through the key moments that have defined Germany, focusing on its rise, its crises, and its resurgence as a global leader. Germany's story begins long before it was a unified nation. In ancient times, Central Europe was home to numerous Germanic tribes. These tribes were fierce warriors, living in a land stretching from modern-day Denmark to the Alps. They were often in conflict with the Roman Empire, whose legions struggled to expand their borders into the heart of Germanic lands. The tribes resisted, famously defeating the Romans at the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD. That battle was a crushing blow to Rome's ambitions in Germania. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, when the region became central to the formation of the Holy Roman Empire. Established in the 9th century by Charlemagne, this empire spanned much of modern-day Germany, Austria, and Italy. Charlemagne's empire laid the foundation for what would later become the Holy Roman Empire. Though it was a loose confederation, it was one of the most influential political entities in Europe for nearly 1,000 years. Throughout this period, the German-speaking peoples were often at the heart of European politics, culture, and religion. In the early 1500s, Germany became the epicenter of a monumental religious transformation, the Protestant Reformation. In 1517, a German monk named Martin Luther famously nailed his 95 Theses to the door of a church in Wittenberg, challenging the practices of the Catholic Church, particularly the selling of indulgences. Luther's ideas sparked a wave of reform across Europe, leading to the establishment of Protestantism and deepening divisions within the Catholic Church. Luther's challenge to the Catholic Church wasn't just theological, it was political. His ideas led to violent conflicts between Protestant and Catholic states, resulting in a series of wars that would ravage Germany for decades. Despite these conflicts, the Reformation fundamentally changed the religious landscape of Europe and set the stage for the modern era of Christianity. One of the darkest periods in German history occurred during the 30 Years' War, from 1618 to 1648. This brutal conflict began as a religious struggle between Protestant and Catholic states, but it quickly evolved into a wider European power struggle. The war devastated the German-speaking lands, with widespread destruction, famine, and death. It is estimated that as many as 1/3 of the German population perished during the conflict. The war ended with the Peace of Westphalia in 1648, which restructured European borders and granted significant autonomy to the various German states. Although the war's conclusion marked the end of religious conflict in the region, it also left Germany politically fragmented and weakened for years to come. Despite centuries of fragmentation, a strong central power was beginning to emerge in the form of the Kingdom of Prussia. In the 18th century, Prussia's military prowess, especially under the leadership of Frederick the Great, allowed it to expand its influence across Central Europe. Prussia's success in wars with Austria and France established it as one of Europe's leading powers. But it wasn't until the 19th century that the dream of a unified Germany began to take shape. In 1871, after a series of strategic victories in the Franco-Prussian War, the German Empire was proclaimed under the leadership of Otto von Bismarck. Bismarck, known for his diplomatic genius, unified over 30 German-speaking states into one nation, bringing the long-held vision of a united Germany to life. This marked the birth of modern Germany as a major European power. Germany's newfound strength would soon be put to the test in World War I. The war, which erupted in 1914, was a catastrophic conflict that involved much of Europe and led to the collapse of empires. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, fought against the Allies, which included Britain, France, and Russia. The war lasted 4 long years and resulted in massive loss of life and resources. Germany's defeat in 1918 led to the collapse of the German Empire and the abdication of Kaiser Wilhelm II. The Weimar Republic, a new democratic government, was established in its place. However, the Weimar Republic struggled to maintain stability. Economic hardship, hyperinflation, and the effects of the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed harsh reparations on Germany, created an atmosphere of disillusionment and resentment. This instability paved the way for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. In 1933, Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. He and his Nazi Party quickly moved to consolidate power, silencing opposition, and establishing a totalitarian regime. Hitler's aggressive expansionist policies led directly to the outbreak of World War II in 1939, as Germany invaded Poland. This time, the war would engulf the world in a struggle for survival, pitting the Axis powers, led by Germany, against the Allied forces. The war brought immense suffering to Germany and the world. Under Hitler's leadership, Nazi Germany was responsible for the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust, along with millions of others who were deemed undesirable. The war ended in 1945 with Germany's unconditional surrender, leaving the country in ruins. After the war, Germany was divided into 4 occupation zones controlled by the United States, the Soviet Union, Britain, and France. In 1949, this division became permanent, with the creation of 2 separate German states, the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, aligned with the Western Allies, and the German Democratic Republic, East Germany, controlled by the Soviet Union. The division of Germany symbolized the broader Cold War conflict between the capitalist West and the communist East. The Berlin Wall, erected in 1961, became the most iconic symbol of this division, separating East and West Berlin. For nearly 40 years, Germany remained a divided nation, with different political systems, economies, and cultures in each half. In 1989, a wave of political change swept through Eastern Europe, and the East German government, unable to maintain control, allowed its citizens to cross into West Germany. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the end of the Cold War and opened the door for reunification. In 1990, Germany was officially reunified as a single nation once again, and the process of rebuilding and reintegrating the 2 halves of the country began. Today, Germany is one of the world's most powerful and influential nations. It is a leading member of the European Union, a major economic powerhouse, and a key player in international diplomacy. The country's past, with all its triumphs and tragedies, has shaped the modern Germany we know today, a nation that values democracy, human rights, and the lessons learned from its history. Germany's history has been one of transformation, from ancient tribes to a unified empire, from devastation in the wars to renewal in the post-war years. Through it all, Germany's resilience has been evident, as it continues to play a central role on the world stage. Germany's journey through history has been a tumultuous one, full of extraordinary moments of both brilliance and horror. From the medieval Holy Roman Empire to the horrors of the World Wars to the triumph of reunification, Germany's story is one of complexity and resilience. As it continues to shape the future of Europe and the world, Germany remains a testament to the power of reinvention and renewal. Its history, though marked by dark chapters, ultimately demonstrates the enduring strength of a people determined to move forward, no matter the challenge.